Welcome to episode 109 of the 2-Minute Warning. Today I'm going over whether or not the Baltimore Ravens will make the playoffs. We figured coming into the season, a lot of people even figured the Baltimore Ravens could make the Super Bowl. Skip Bayless predicted Lamar Jackson as his Super Bowl winners in the beginning of the season. They have the reigning MVP, and I think they have, I believe, the fourth easiest schedule in the league coming in. So for this video to even be a question, to be even made, this question be up, it's a little concerning, but let's look into it. They did lose to the Titans today. That was a tough loss. They really did control the pace of the game for the most part until the fourth quarter. Frank Vogel, Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry all clicked fourth quarter, made a good comeback. Derrick Henry, of course, overtime king, won it for him. Really, if you can't stop Derrick Henry, you're not going to really win a game against the Titans. But besides that, they're at 6-4, currently 8th seed in the AFC playoff picture. 7th seed being the Raiders, 6th seed being the Browns, 5th seed being the Titans. Obviously, in my opinion, I think the Ravens winning the division is kind of out of the question. But for my overall pick of whether or not they make the playoffs comes down to this Thanksgiving game where they play the Pittsburgh Steelers, and if they fall to 6-5. If they win that game, yes, I think they'll make the playoffs. If they don't win that game, no, I don't think they'll make the playoffs. Obviously, you'd think it'd be more than just this one game against the Steelers to determine if they make the playoffs or not. But to me, if they don't win this game, obviously the division is out of the question for sure. They'll practically be 6 games back from the Steelers, as they'll have 0 losses. Ravens will have 5, and then of course the Steelers have the head-to-head, making it 6 games back. Chiefs will be in the 2nd seed, putting the Steelers in 1st seed. Chiefs will be 2nd seed. Bills 3rd seed. Colts 4th seed. Titans 5th seed. Things could change when the Colts and Titans play each other if the Colts lose, and then the Ravens have the head-to-head over the Colts, but I don't see that happening. I really think the Raiders and the Browns and the Titans are going to fill the 3 wild card spots. The upcoming games for the Ravens, like I said, Steelers most important are Steelers, Cowboys, Browns for the next 3. Steelers most important, of course, but if they win that, even though they're not completely in, because I don't want to say the Cowboys are a tough opponent. They're obviously like 3-7, but I do think it's underrated that Andy Dalton is now back. They just beat the Vikings. Again, not a great accomplishment, but the Vikings were on a hot streak, winning 3 in a row, and they just stopped them in Andy Dalton's first game back. And then the Browns are 7-3 themselves, have a better record than the Ravens, and I believe are 6 in the AFC. So obviously I don't have faith in Baker Mayfield, but the Browns themselves, Nick Chubb is all working, they're all clicking, and even without Odell Beckham and without Baker performing exponentially well, for some reason they're 7-3 and they're winning and they're looking like a playoff team. So even if they beat the Steelers, if they miss any of those next 2 games or any game at all really, to me they can't take another loss. That's as simple as it is. To me, the Steelers is the biggest one because it's the toughest one. To oversimplify it, just because they're the toughest opponent, I really don't think they're gonna end it on Thanksgiving in Pittsburgh. I don't think the Steelers, I don't want to say they're going to go undefeated this season, but I just don't think their hot streak is going to end at 10-0, and I think they will crack Lamar Jackson. Steelers have one of the best defenses in the league, and I think the Ravens will lose this game, therefore not make the playoffs, with the Steelers at the 1st seed, Chiefs 2nd, Bills 3rd, Titans 4th, or Colts 4th, Titans 5th, Browns 6th, and I think that 7th seed will be fought between the Raiders and Dolphins, leaving the Ravens to be the 3rd guy from that 7th seed, pushing them to 9th seed in the AFC, and they're going to have to rethink everything this offseason. Like I said, it's kind of disappointing to have the reigning MVP, 4th easiest schedule, being a favorite Super Bowl picks in some of the greatest sports analysts in the world's eyes, and not even making the playoffs. Obviously, it's early to tell. I could be wrong, but when it comes down to it, am I rolling with Lamar Jackson, who just came off of 2 losses in a row, or am I rolling with the Steelers, who have 10 in a row wins? Logically, anyone would really pick the Steelers, even if you don't know football, just looking at the previous games. That's what I'm going to roll with. I'm going to roll with Big Ben. As long as he doesn't turn the ball over, I think the Steelers win for sure, and the Ravens are going to be pushed out of the playoffs, and there's going to be a lot of hype and questioning behind Lamar Jackson, whether or not he could get it done, and if he should go to a running back. That's what I got. Ravens not making the playoffs. 2-minute warning.